This is Broadcast Obituaries, Gone Too Soon. We exhume a short-lived TV series, episode by episode, give it a proper eulogy, and answer the burning question, was it canceled too soon or not soon enough? Analysis, nostalgia, and our final verdict on TV's fallen heroes. Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting season of Broadcast Obituaries. This is This is season 3. It's bigger, better, and bigger than ever before. Actually, it's not bigger because this season's going to be 10 episodes, and our first season was 19. But hey, it's going to be awesome regardless, and we are excited you've come back to join us again. I am one of your hosts, Rob.
And I'm your other host, Aaron, and we're watching Timecop.
Yeah. Who knew it was a TV show?
I know, yeah. We're going to kick off with the movie. That'll be the pilot episode for us. That's what we're going to consider it. And then we'll jump into the short-lived 1996-97 TV series. Very short-lived. Didn't even have the same
I think it's 97, 98. No, you're right. 96, 97. Forget me.
Yeah, I can't remember. That's an eon ago for us. Rob, we're just turning into old men.
Right. We were just children back then. So we will...
I see it 1997, 1998.
Okay. All right.
Is what the Google machines just showed me. So.
Okay. The Googles. Yep.
The Googles.
Okay. So yeah. So today we're going to be watching the movie, the original movie, Jean-Claude Van Damme. And then starting next week, we will dig into that 9-episode series. And we'll talk more about the TV series next week when we get there. So it should be an exciting season. We're also going to throw in a few episodes from the movie morgue throughout our season. We're going to try to do those every few episodes. We're going to put those in. It'll be a nice little intermission for you. So I hope you enjoy those as much as we do. So, Aaron, since we are watching and talking Timecop, I feel that it is only appropriate if we go back in time. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. What would a time travel episode be without a back in time?
Right. All right. So let's go back in time then.
Back in time. Back in time. Back in time.
I'm going to keep it very brief today because we're going through this whole movie and we don't want to take too long. So I just have a few little tidbits for us. Back in time, the top song in America. We're not doing a top 40. We're not doing the top 5. We're doing the top song. The title of the song is I'll Make Love to You by Boys to Men. That's not a message. That is the name of the song. I'm not saying something untoward towards you. Just saying, I'll make love to you.
Yeah, it's just like, Rob, I didn't know our relationship was heading this way. I'm not prepared for this level of commitment, just so you know.
Just as big of a surprise to me, I'll tell you. So I remember that song. That was huge. Oh, sorry. Our Back in Time is set for September 16th, 1994. That is the day Timecop premiered. So I picked all of our info for roughly around that date. The top movie for this weekend, this is a pretty simple one, is Timecop. It was the actual number 1 movie the weekend it came out. Yeah. I actually wrote it down in my notes, and then I wrote just kidding. And then I went to go look up what the actual movie was, and I was blown away to discover this was actually the number 1 movie.
Yeah. That's crazy. Is it like the only time Jean-Claude Van Damme had a top movie? Probably.
It has to be. I mean, Street Fighter was popular because of the game, and Universal Soldier is a good movie.
It's huge.
Those are like his biggest movies until like the Expendables 2 or whichever one he was in a few years ago. Until that point, those like the movies that we consider a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Those were all his biggest ones.
I don't box office successes. Like he's got like Bloodsport is probably hands down his biggest movie, but it was like a cult following. It was not received well at the box office.
No. Okay. Top TV show in September of 1994. Seinfeld. I forget which season this was. It was 3 or 4, but it was getting huge at this time. Also, just TV related, I want to point out this was about 2 months before Earth 2 premiered. For those who were, keeping up with the continuity of our show, that's the TV show that we watched way back in season 1. We watched all 21 episodes, and if you missed it, I encourage you to go back and check him out. That was a pretty cool show. But Aaron, the main reason I wanted to make sure we got a back in time segment in today, I looked up September 16th, 1994. And the first thing that pops up when you type in that date into any internet Google machine on that date in history, and I know sometimes I tend to bring things down on our back in times. This is not a downer. Don't worry.
So not a murder or an assassination.
No death.
Or
no death. But it's
good deal. I'm here for it.
When I say the first 5 or 6 words, you're going to be like, oh, great, what is coming? But it is not what it sounds like. So on this date, September 16th, 1994, 62 children in Ruwa, Zimbabwe, saw a UFO and an alien while on recess at school that day.
No way.
Yeah, apparently, and I do not remember this at all.
I don't either.
The internet was not a thing in 94. It existed, but it wasn't like it is today. And so that's where we got our news. And I wasn't watching the news at the time, so I never heard any of this. But yeah, they were out there. They saw like this ship with lights around the bottom. They saw an alien with big black eyes looking at them. They all recount these stories. Awesome. They say it felt telepathic, the way it was communicating with them. However, I did read an article. As I was researching this just for my own benefit, I was very curious about it, where one of the kids said, yeah, I made that up. I didn't want to go back to class. So I pointed at a shiny rock in the field and said, look, it's a UFO. And all the other kids started looking at it, and all these other
on board.
And apparently this has been in a documentary of some sort. And the other kids have all said, he can say what he wants. I know what I saw. And that kid is That kid is steadfast in his statement. He's like, they might believe they saw all that, but they've talked themselves into it. They're lying to themselves. It started off as a joke.
That's wild.
So I don't know what's true. It's interesting. People interviewed all 62 children, and they all had exact stories. They're all matching almost
the same
perfectly.
Experience.
Yes.
That's amazing. So, a nice little mass hallucination in the schoolyard.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It sounds like to me, the kid who said he made it up is the one that's delusional.
He very well
Aliens
could be.
Are real. They're here, Rob. They walk among us. I've seen They Live. That was a documentary. That was real. That was real. You do want to
older. Yeah, it was a documentary. Sure.
Yeah.
I have seen that one as well. That was a good one. I like They Live.
Yep, really good.
All right. So we're keeping Back in Time brief today. That's all I've got. Thanks for journeying with me in my podcast time machine. Yeah. So today we are watching the movie, 1994 movie, Timecop, starring Mr. Jean-Claude Van Damme. You want to tell us a little about this movie?
Yeah. So I'll give you a little synopsis, I guess a little breakdown. If you haven't seen Timecop, if you haven't, go watch it and then come back and join us, because it's going to make this episode that much better, because this certainly has some time travel issues in it, for sure. Some things that just don't make any sense. But as we said, Timecop was released in 1994, starring JCVD as Max Walker. I love that all these 90s movies heroes have names like that. Max Walker, It's actually based off a Dark Horse comic, which I always forget about until I go back and start watching it. And I see Dark Horse show up in the credits, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Pretty cool.
Yep. But good old JCVD plays an officer at the TEC, the Time Enforcement Commission. Time travel's real in this world, and the TEC's job is to make sure that nobody goes back in time to alter history for personal gain. So, which is always funny to me that it's personal gain. Maybe they can go back if it's for the greater good. I don't know. I don't understand. It's just for personal stuff, but they're changing everything else, maybe? I don't know.
Well, they established early on that any change that you make can have unintended ripples. So they don't want to make any changes at all, is the point, I think.
Yeah. But so Walker discovers there's a corrupt senator. He's using time travel to essentially fund his presidential campaign, and that's where the shenanigans start. Walker finds out about it, chases him through time, and we just get to go on a zany time travel adventure with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and lots of roundhouses, a few splits.
So many. Yeah.
Yep. Some good old stuff. So that's what we're watching, Timecop.
I really like the action scenes in this movie overall.
Yeah, they're good.
There is some really good action scenes in here. Some of it is a little cheesy and corny, but overall there's cool action. That's one good thing he could do really well.
Oh yeah.
Action scenes and those kinds of stunts, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Some interesting things here that, because I looked it up, because I was like, there's got to be something cool that happened with this. So we talked a little bit about this was JCVD's biggest movie, right? So number one at the box office opening week, made something like $102 million worldwide, which for Jean-Claude Van Damme is massive, right? That's huge. At the time, though, remember, Jim Carrey was the biggest actor in Hollywood in the 90s, right? He was making massive paydays. It was in the news. He was getting $20-30 million movie deals, just no big deal. And the studio behind this movie offered JCVD a 3-film deal for $12 million a film, and he turned it down, demanding Jim Carrey kind of money. And I was reading through some articles about that last night, and a lot of people say that was kind of the cooling of his career in the 90s.
Wow.
Because $12 million for you, like, that would have been huge. He should have just taken and run with it. He would have been a mega star.
Instead, he was relegated to a bunch of B movies.
Right.
As many movies as he was in, and I think of him as a recurring presence to my teenage years, he was not in big blockbusters ever.
Yeah. And it's sad that this was the biggest one, because it really was not even a blockbuster style of movie.
Yeah.
A lot of problems. Like, even the budget wasn't even big enough for it. So the director of the film, Peter Haim, specifically asked for Wolverine hair on Max Walker. So you'll notice when we get to the future, when we get 10 years in the future, he's kind of got that Maltese style. That's based off of Wolverine, who was hugely popular character in the 90s. He's everywhere.
Yeah. Just from the comics at that point, though. There were no movies yet.
Right. No movies. Yep, just the comics at that point. Comics and video games. Lots of video games.
Yes.
Yep. We actually have a tie-in here, which I thought was interesting. The film was produced by Sam Raimi and Robert Tapert, who both worked on Evil Dead.
Yeah.
So I thought that was fun. We literally just recorded Evil Dead, last week?
Yeah.
We recorded that episode, so
that's awesome.
Thought that was pretty cool. I got some other ones, but I think maybe I'll sprinkle them in as we go through the episode breakdown. But there's just some fun facts that I read. You know what we should have done?
What?
We should have counted the number of splits and the number of roundhouses.
Man, that is a great idea.
I think anytime we do JCVD stuff, that should be a requirement.
It should. Keep track.
Yeah.
Good point.
It's too bad.
Okay. Yep. Next time.
Yep. Yeah. So do we want to jump into the breakdown? Talk about this movie? I got some things to say about time travel in this movie.
Okay, good. Me too. I got some issues.
I've seen this movie a few times and it still kills me every time.
We're going to break this movie down.
Timecop. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's talk about this. I will just say it's awesome, it's cool, and it's corny, and it's also terrible. It's all of the things at once.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more the second time. I watched this like a month ago. I just watched it again yesterday and the day before.
Yeah.
Much better the next time around, I'll say.
Well, sure. Yeah. First time is to acclimate to what you're in for. Right. And once you're acclimated, you can appreciate it a little bit.
Yes. Exactly. 100%. Yeah. Okay, so we open in the Civil War. Of course, there's a stranger blocking the path of a couple Confederate guys. They're transferring some gold on the back of their coach or whatever.
I'm going to ask you one more time. Would you please give me the gold?
The stranger in the middle of the road pulls out futuristic machine guns and blows these guys away. Yeah.
And doesn't kill a single horse. I mean, he just sprays these guys to steal this gold. And these horses are just like, cool. I'm just going to run off now.
Yep. We're free.
Unharmed, unscathed.
Yes. Yep. And that's all we see. And then we cut up to 1994. And there's a meeting. These government types are having this meeting. They're looking for funding. They say they've discovered time travel. They can only go to the past. We can't go to the future yet because it hasn't happened. But you can't you can't change anything if you go to the past. It's going to make unintended ripples. You have no idea what could happen. So they need to police this. They want to fund this agency that is going to monitor time travel, make sure no one is abusing this power. And they think there's already been one ripple because they found some Confederate gold that was used to purchase missiles or something.
In the Middle East. Yeah. Somebody was purchasing arms in the Middle East with Confederate gold.
Yeah.
It's like, somebody abused it. How did you immediately wonder, this is technology that was just invented? I mean, they're literally telling the Senate committee or whoever it is that this technology was like, this guy did it. The scientist just did it. And already somebody found a way to just use it to go back and do nefarious things. Like, how secret was this?
There's so many issues with it.
I didn't get it.
My first thought was, someone's figured out how to use this. And I was like, it's probably someone from the future, like their future. Someone went back in time to the Confederacy. But then why would they go to 1994 to spend the money that they stole from 1863?
Right.
And because he just invented time travel and just did it, did they already have the monitoring equipment to look for those ripples? And also, how do they even, later in the movie, they don't seem to know there's been ripples. They don't know when things have been changed. So it's just there's lots of issues around the time travel.
There's a whole. We'll get into it. There's a lot of time travel plot holes in this movie. It's probably one of the weakest time travel movies that exist. It's loose. The rules around it are loose.
Like if you're trying to do a serious time travel movie, it's hard because how do you handle it? I mean, it's wild. Like, so I get it. It's hard to do, but it's like they put zero effort into making any consistency or logical reasoning to anything they're doing here.
Yeah, I'm with you.
One of the senators that are in the room is Senator McComb. He volunteers to support the program. And we find out very quickly in this movie that he is the bad guy. Just saying, going to prep it right there.
Yeah. Yeah. But he doesn't seem like the bad guy in 1994.
No, I don't think he is either.
Right.
As we find out
something changes.
In the movie. Yeah.
In those 10 years, something changes with him.
Yeah. We meet our hero of the movie, Max Walker, JCVD himself. And there's some stuff that happens here, and it's all so that this can happen again later in the movie. I'm just going to preface that right here. So he meets his wife in the mall. He's a cop. You know, while he's there, he stops a purse snatcher and he talks with his wife. He mentions he's got a new job opportunity with something called the TEC. That's the Time Enforcement Commission, I think. Yep. And we haven't met them yet, but they've kind of referenced it. They go home after this. They go home for some sexy time.
Oh, you forgot we get a glimpse of the bad guys, the very, very...
Yeah, it's because it's confusing.
I know. There's these two guys standing on a catwalk at the mall who look incredibly out of place. They look like what the 90s think thugs in the future will look like.
Yeah.
And they're just standing there staring down Max Walker. So he thinks something's up. He gives it kind of a double take.
Yeah.
You know, he's like,
what's weird. Up with these weirdos?
Yeah. But he's got, what is her name? She was from Ferris Bueller. Or the actress's name, Mia Sara, I think.
Sarah, yeah.
Which I've only seen her in Ferris Bueller in this movie.
Okay.
I don't know if...
I think she did some soap opera work.
Maybe. I don't know. I like her. I think she's cool.
Yeah, she's pretty. Yeah. So, why is he going to waste time looking at these weirdos in the mall when he's headed home for some gratuitous nudity with his wife?
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget how much, I'm going to call it gratuity, there was in 80s and 90s movies, but my goodness.
Well, and especially in JCVD movies, everyone, I think, has the exact same scene. It's like a blueprint for his movies.
Yes.
You know, they did the same thing in Nowhere to Run. I think they did the same thing in Universal Soldier, same thing in Bloodsport. And it's about the exact same length, the exact same shots.
Yes.
It's just what they do.
This guy really likes putting his butt on film.
He does.
He wants everyone to see those glutes. Everybody.
Everyone.
Yes. So they have their sexy time, and then later it's nighttime, and she's got something she really wants to tell him. But the phone rings, and he answers it. He's got to go into work for something. Someone called off. She doesn't want him to go, but he's like, I got to go in. Can we talk about this later? Yeah, fine, whatever. He walks outside of his house, and he's immediately assaulted. These guys beat him up. Someone grabs his wife. They drag her upstairs. These guys keep kicking his butt there, and then they put a couple bullets right in his chest. He's dead.
It's over.
It's over. The movie's almost over here. We look up. We see his wife in one of the windows. There's a guy creepily standing behind her, and she's just screaming and screaming. Oh, no. Max is not dead. He was wearing his bulletproof vest because he is a cop, so he had his vest on, of course.
And this was big in the 90s. Think about all the movies you saw from the 90s where a cop got shot, and they opened their shirt to reveal the bulletproof vest. It almost makes you feel like it was the brand new technology of the time, and that nobody had seen it before. It was so huge. It was so huge in the 90s.
Yeah, even Back to the Future. At the end.
Yep.
Doc
opens
it
up.
Open.
Yeah, I love it.
So Max jumps up. He's getting ready to run inside. The other guys went inside, so they don't know that he is not dead.
These are the two guys from the mall catwalk.
Yes.
Just so
exactly, the weirdo looking guys.
Yeah, because they show up all the time in this movie.
Yes. Yep. So he's getting ready to run inside. The house explodes. Massive explosion. I don't know how you make a house explode the way this one did, but
it was huge.
Big explosion.
It was huge.
Yes.
And this is a big house. This is like a ginormous 3-story Victorian style.
At least 3. I think it's like 6 stories. It's massive. Like it's
huge.
Yeah.
And the whole thing just blows up.
Yes. Like just tinder. Like it's just gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So Max is pretty disappointed, obviously, because his beautiful wife is dead. And she is definitely gone. She's gone. So
yeah.
So
I can tell you JCVD did not sell his sadness for me.
Yeah. His emotional range is really limited.
Small. Yeah. I was like, you don't seem that upset.
He did not.
You know, like a little disappointed. But
let me tell you, Jim Carrey could have sold it, and that's why he's worth $30 million back in the 90s. All right, so the house explodes. We make another cut to the future. No, we cut to 1929. We're going back. It's the beginning of the Great Depression.
Yep.
So there's a guy, he's Mr. Atwood. He goes into work one day, and we know it's the Great Depression because someone just jumped off of a building. And all these businessmen keep jumping out of buildings and killing themselves, as we've heard that they did in the Great Depression. So he goes into work. He goes up to his office. He sits down at his desk, and he pulls out a newspaper. It's a USA Today from 2004. So he's a time traveler. Who would have known?
Yeah. And it was given away when he puts on his Sony Walkman.
That comes right after. He looks at the newspaper first, and then he goes, yep. He pulls out. It's not even a walk. Like, it's a futured Walkman.
It's a futuristic Walkman.
Yes, it is a Walkman, but it's like holding, instead of a CD or a tape, it's like a little flat square of music.
It looks like a hard disk to me, like a 3.5.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yep. Yeah. I was honestly kind of impressed with what they thought future music, that they even put the thought into it of what it might look like 10 years, because this is filmed in 1994. Most of the rest of the movie is using 2004 as its base of operations.
Right.
So I was impressed they put the thought into what portable music might look like 10 years in the future.
It's the closest thing they got to what 10 years in the future is going to look like.
Yes. It's definitely not their cars. Let me just say.
Oh my gosh, no, it is not.
Yeah, so he does pull that out. He listens to that, and he buys some stock. That's what he's there for. He's buying like all this stock that is bottoming out, which he is comparing to stock prices in 2004 to see which one is worth something. So he is buying it up, and then all of a sudden the air kind of bubbles, and out of this bubble walks Max Walker. I should not say Walker walks in the same sentence anymore. Out of this bubble of bubbling air strides Max Walker.
Yep. Bump, bump, bump.
Bump, bump, bump. Yep. So
he's
a time cop. I don't know if they ever use the word time cop, but that's what he is. He's policing time.
Yeah. He's an enforcement agent, I think is what they call him in the movie.
That makes sense.
Full Wolverine mullet at this point. So when we last left him, he was shortcut, crew cut kind of guy.
Bloodsport hair.
Bloodsport hair. Oh yeah, you're right. But now he's full on mullet guy.
Full on mullet, which lends to his. He doesn't care about his appearance as much anymore. That's why he's just not cutting his hair. He decided to just let it go. And in 10 years, that's as long as it grew.
Meticulously styled.
Well, duh. Yeah, you got to make it look good still.
Right.
So it turns out he and Atwood are ex-partners, and Atwood is there, doing what people do, is trying to steal some money out of the past and set himself up for the future. Walker wants to know, who are you working for? Because you are too dumb to do this yourself, is basically what he tells him. You can't be doing it by yourself. Who are you working for? While they're arguing, Atwood presses a hidden button, and of course, security comes walking in. The first security guy cracks me up. Like, he has the epitome of like an old-timey boxer. He slides his sleeves up. He gets his fists out like this. He puts up his dukes.
He's ready to go.
And makes some reference to John Sullivan, an old-timey boxer dude.
Yeah.
And Max, immediately kicks his butt. Literally like
a roundhouse.
Roundhouse to the face. He's down. Yep.
Yeah.
And then he wisecracks a lot in this movie, and he makes some remark about the future. You'd think as a time cop, he would keep his mouth shut unless he intends on killing these guys.
Yeah,
why would you say anything?
Yeah, because he tells him, he goes, what did he say? Tyson beat somebody on TV.
Right. I couldn't understand what he said.
Right. I couldn't understand who, but it's not even a good wisecrack. It's just like,
it's not.
Nobody in 1929 knows what you're talking about. Nobody knows who Mike Tyson is,
or what TV is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's just weird.
Yeah. So another security guy comes in. We actually get a pretty good fight scene here. I thought this was a pretty good one. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't much of a fight. Am I right? JCVD, he wins pretty handily.
It's mostly stunts.
It is stunts.
I love the guy grabs him from the back and starts pushing him towards the archway in the office. And JCVD just runs up and does a backflip over the guy.
Yeah.
Oh man. Classic.
It was cool. Yeah, I liked it.
I'm gonna try that. I bet I can do that. I'm gonna try that.
I'm sure you could, dude. Next time I see you, we'll practice.
Yeah. You can run first, though. We'll see how it goes.
All right, I'll give it a try. Why not?
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? So while they're fighting, Atwood gets out his future gun and starts shooting the place up, and Max has to protect a secretary that wanders in, and before anything terrible can happen, the gun runs out of juice or bullets, something. I don't know. It dies. Yeah. Maybe it jams on laser bullets. I don't know.
I think it just ran empty.
Okay.
Because we do see them loading guns throughout this movie. They got magazine stuff, so I think that's probably not lasers. It'd be cooler if it was.
So Max asks him again, who are you working for? Who sent you here? And there is zero mystery to this movie because Atwood basically just tells him right here, it's Senator McComb. And he tells him he already owns most of the TEC guys. They're bought and paid for.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to go back to the future. He's like, don't take me back. If you take me back, McComb is going to kill me. He's going to kill my entire family.
Yeah. He's like, he keeps saying, I've got to die here. You've got to let me just die here.
Yeah, just kill me. Just kill me. That way, at least my family is safe. Max won't let him. He wants to take him back. He wants to use him as a witness against McComb. But Atwood is slippery, and he runs and he jumps out the window. But Max goes with him. He jumps after him, and he grabs him, and he hits his button or whatever it is. And right before they land, they jump back to the future.
Yep. That ripple shows up. It looks like they just stole the CG from that movie, The Abyss. Like, do we have any like water ripples that we can just use randomly in midair to make this time travel happen?
Very similar effect.
I liked it though. I like the effect.
Yeah, it's neat. I mean, I have some issues with the science behind what's going on there.
Oh, we'll spend some time on that because every time I watch this movie, I'm like, what are they doing?
What?
I don't understand.
What is going on? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
So they're back in the future, and Atwood, they immediately have a trial. Atwood is found guilty.
Yeah. Is it weird to you that there's like no due process in the future? The TEC, literally, they bring him in, and within minutes, they judge him because he refuses to give up McComb's name.
Yep.
He's like, he's not going to do it. So he's like, okay, he's guilty. He's got to die.
Sentenced to death. Yep.
Yeah.
The way they sentence him to death is pretty interesting, or the way they carry it out anyway.
Right.
They take him back to 1929 and drop him from the air right where he had been dropping.
Just like he just never went back. He just falls onto a car.
Yep.
And the same cop that saw them randomly disappear is still standing there and sees him hit the car.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even seem surprised that well, I guess maybe it's instantaneous for him, right?
It probably
could be. He probably didn't see him disappear at this point.
Yeah.
Time travel is confusing.
But what about Max? Didn't he see two people falling out of the building and then wonder why only one landed?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Yeah.
Who knows?
All
right.
We did miss a nice, well, I shouldn't say it's a nice joke, but a joke when Atwood gets into the elevator and he's talking to because at the time they all had, what do they call them? Elevator men that just push the button for rich people. I don't know what you call them.
Yeah. Porter,
maybe, whatever.
Porter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
elevator operator, I think.
Yeah, but Atwood's talking to him and says, "Hey, another guy jumped out the window. If this keeps up, you're not going to have anybody to help anymore." And the porter's like,
"You're going to be out of a job."
Yeah, you're going to be out of a job. Only going down, sir. It's like, wow, that is really dark. These men are committing suicide because their lives are over, and you're just
yeah, so dark. It was wild. It did make me chuckle, though, I'll admit.
Yeah. Oh, I did too. Yeah.
All right. So McComb and some other bigwigs have come to the TEC to visit with Max's boss, Gene Matuzik, who is also Max's, best friend, I think.
Yeah. I really like this actor. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his.
I got it here. Bruce McGill. He was in, let's see, The Insider, Ali, Collateral, Animal House, My Cousin Vinny. He's in tons of stuff. He portrayed an older Captain Braxton in one episode of Star Trek Voyager.
He's got a voice that you recognize. When you hear him talk, you know who he is.
Yep. It's cool. So they're all visiting him there. There is some subtlety, some little talks. McComb and Walker are kind of talking back and forth with some innuendo. Max is kind of implying that he knows who Atwood was working for. Probably the most important thing to come out of this scene, though, is that we learn that the same matter cannot occupy the same space, or something bad will happen.
Yeah, but it's fine. They used it, and it's a thing.
We see McComb. He's in his car, his very fancy future car, with his campaign staff. I think he makes some remarks about Walker. I'm not sure what exactly happens in that scene.
Yeah, but
implying that they need to get rid of him.
Yeah, when McComb visits the TEC, Walker is very clearly telling him, I know about you. And there's a lot of repeated, I never stop going after my man. And then McComb says, don't give up. You'll get that guy. JCVD is like, yeah, I know. I never stop. And it's just a lot of this.
Yes.
Yeah. And it goes on it's like way too much. It's like they kept trying to film that and they're just keep it all. We'll just keep all of it. Don't edit any of it out.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was weird.
Every one of those versions we're keeping. Which one you want?
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them. Just use them all.
So shortly after this, Walker is talking to his buddy Gene. He tells him about McComb, that he's the issue. He's the problem here. Matuzik says, hey, he hasn't bought me. He doesn't own me. I'm still a free man. And Max doesn't say anything about it.
And I'll tell you, though, it made me, like, I remember every time I see this, and I know better, but I'm always like, he's been bought and paid for. That's how that scene makes me feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because I think you just can't trust anybody, right? They've set it up so much that McComb's bought everybody with TEC.
Yeah.
So I'm like, your best friend's going to betray you, because that's how these movies go.
Yeah.
So that's what I was expecting.
Yep. For my next scene, I actually just have one word: jazz, with an exclamation point. I think it's just some jazzy music playing while he's driving home or something. I don't know. I thought it was funny.
In his future car that
Those
looks
future
like
cars.
a tank. I mean, there's so many just boxes and gadgets and weird things just sitting on top of this car. And it self-drives. He just tells it he wants to go home. And it just drives him home.
I don't think there's any windows in these cars.
It's no windows, none. And all this happened in a span of 10 years.
Yeah, right.
When we're in 1994, all the cars you see are completely normal looking cars. And in the span of 10 years, they were like, nope, we're going to self-drive, no windows.
Yep.
Lots of doohickeys, just attached the whole thing. Really
it's hilarious. And I don't know if you notice this, you only ever see one car on screen at a time. Like, there is never traffic anywhere. Just one car driving by itself. It's probably the same car.
Yeah. Well, they probably had to close the street off because they didn't have the money for more cars.
Right. For more of those. Yeah. We get a pretty cool fight scene here. Max goes home. He's sleeping on his couch. It's an underwear fight scene. He's in his boxers the whole time. And these guys bust in. They've got tasers and knives, and they're going to get him. And it's a pretty cool knife scene. I like the knife fight here.
Okay.
I mean,
okay,
you want to talk about how cheesy it was when he's holding his knife and fending the guy off? Like he doesn't
even move it. He literally there's an entire like 5-second sequence where John Claude Van Damme just is holding the knife in front of him, and the guy is just carrying off of it. And I'm like, what? Just stab him. He's not even moving. Just get him. It was terrible. Yeah. Overall, you're right. This fight scene is pretty good. There's some cool stuff, but the knife part was awful.
That's why I loved it. It was awful.
He is no Steven Seagal in a knife fight. Steven Seagal was good at the knife fight scenes and
that's exactly what I was just thinking. I was thinking about Under Siege. There's a big knife fight in that movie, and that's exactly what I was thinking about. That's one of my favorite.
Comparison. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite scenes.
It's terrible. It's just a terrible moment for this overall really good fight scene. These two thugs show up to kill him. McComb sent him, and you're like, oh, here we go. And then this. I'm just like, it's weird.
Yeah. So towards the end of the fight scene, a jug of water gets knocked over on the floor, so there's water running all over the room. The guy with the taser is there. He's going to fry JCVD.
50,000 volts.
50,000 volts. As he fires it, JCVD jumps up and does the splits. Patent split move and hits the kitchen counter with each foot. And the taser hits the water. The guy is now standing in the water, and he fries himself. Yeah. Doesn't kill him because he comes back later.
Yeah. But it's a pretty cool scene. And that was one where the director said he wanted something flashier for that fight scene.
Okay.
So he asked JCVD if he could do the splits in the scene. And this is, I think by now, this is the second time he's done the splits in the movie. There was one, I think, towards the beginning that I can't remember. I read that JCVD had to use, because he was 33, 34 years old when they filmed this movie. And he said they had to use a lot of icy hot to get his muscles ready to do the splits because he didn't want to hurt himself, which I thought was a weird thing for him to make like a point of saying, like, you could have just done these splits.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't warmed up from all this other stunt stuff you've been doing.
Yeah. It's your thing. Like, that's the thing.
What you do.
Right. Yeah. So right after the fight, Agent Fielding shows up. She's from IA, Internal Affairs. And then these other cops show up. And that's how we meet her. She becomes a minor character here for the next chunk of the movie.
Yeah.
Next,
a brief partner.
Very brief partner. We see them back at the office. Max won't let Fielding come into the room while he goes to talk to Gene. And they're talking about this. They don't want to upset McComb because they want to save their funding, basically, in the department. McComb has the power to shut them down.
Yeah, he's ready to pull it, too. Yeah. That was part of what he talked about when he visited. He wants to, rather than prevent it, why don't we just not allow it anymore?
Yeah.
Right? Why even just try to do this? Like, just shut it all down. Get rid of the tech.
So Fielding finally gets in there. Max has been keeping her out. And she looks at Max and she says, "You're not funny." To which Max says, "I'm never funny," which I found funny Because literally in the next two scenes, he cracks jokes.
But do you find his jokes funny? Or is that why it's funny?
Good point. He is never funny. That's the thing. But he's trying to make jokes through this whole movie.
And they're not good. They don't land.
No. He's right. That's a good way of looking at it. You're right. He is never funny.
I wonder if that was on purpose. I wonder if JCVD knew that he couldn't sell comedy, and that was his joke, which might make that the greatest joke in cinema history.
Wow, what a meta joke.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It could have been.
Although, have we talked about the show Jean-Claude Van Johnson?
But we have, because you watched it, and then I watched it, and honestly, really good. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed that show. I wish there was more of it.
Me too. Very good and pretty funny. Like, lots of parts of it were actually very funny. Yeah. Anyway, Jean-Claude Van Johnson. It's a really, really good show.
Check it out.
It's on Prime.
You gotta watch it.
You should definitely watch it. It's funny.
We can do it on this episode, Rob. I would watch it again and just go through the whole show in one.
Man.
It was so good.
Yes. That's a great idea. We should cover that. It's a great show. Maybe that would be a good idea. Maybe we should just binge a show and just do it in one episode.
Whole thing.
Yeah. Just as a special. I'm intrigued by the idea. All right. Yep. They've got an event. There's a level 6 event out there. It was a level 4 just a minute ago. Now it's 6.
I was going to say, it's really escalated.
Yes.
Like in minutes.
2 levels. Deal. Right.
Yeah. It's huge.
We don't know what that means or what's going on or why what considers it escalated, but it's escalated. So Max is going to be sent out on an assignment. He's going to have to take Fielding with him. Fielding is a lady. I don't know if that's even clear, but just if you're trying to picture, she's a lady, young lady.
Fresh in the TC force in IA. Like she's just out of the academy.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yep. She's never done a time jump before. So they're going to send them out on assignment. So what do we get next on the next scene? It is the most jarring scene of more gratuity.
Like so out of place.
Full on female nudity. This woman just laying in a bed and talking to the camera. It is so weird. And we see a second later that it's a guy basically watching VR porn. So weird and jarring and does not need to be there. Or I guess that's why it's gratuitous.
It's super weird. And again, it's a 90s trope. There was always a guy sitting at a desk job handling some kind of major operation who had some kind of weird collection of baubles or a porn addiction or was super messy. We saw in Jurassic Park. I mean, it was just a thing. I mean, but you come back to reality and his desk is still just covered in porn
pictures. Yes.
It's like, how would this would never have been allowed, but here it is. In the 90s, it was okay, I guess.
It's the future. It's 2004.
True. Now, I was in the job force in 2004 and I would have got fired for that.
This is 2004 from their idea from 1994.
Right.
It didn't happen, thankfully.
Yeah. Comical, though, either way.
Yep. So we're heading to the future. We finally get to see the launch process. We're going to learn some specifics about time travel and how this works. And I've got a lot of issues with this, a whole lot of issues.
We can break it down.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense to me.
What they're doing basically is getting into a sled, some kind of car, a vehicle.
It's a sled.
And it's got rockets on the back that we see later. I don't know if we even see it here, but later we're going to see there's full on missile rockets. Yes.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's going to blast them super fast at this giant concrete block that they have set up at the end of the rail.
Right. And the whole ongoing joke in the scene is when Fielding walks into the launch room, they say she looks like I can't remember the name of the twins.
Vollmers.
Yeah, you look like the Vollmer twins. And they just keep saying, she's like, who are the Vollmer twins? And he's like, well, they used to be agents. And finally they get in there and they look down and she's like, who are the Vollmer twins? And he's like, see those 2 marks on the wall? That's the Vollmer twins. They didn't make it.
Yeah.
So weird.
It is. But also, why does there need to be a giant concrete block set up at the end? Why couldn't it just be a giant pillow?
Why is there a sled when you're coming back to 2004? You just push a button and you just walk through a portal and you're here. Why do you need this super dangerous speed sled? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's wild. So I have another issue.
It's a 2-man sled. And then we constantly see like 4 or 5 people showing up in a different timeline together through the same portal. It's like, how big do these sleds get? How much room do you need for them? Is this a Back to the Future 88 miles an hour situation here? I don't get any of it.
It's crazy. It's crazy. There's more to come on this, honestly, in the very next scene. Yep. I have more issues with the time travel. So they jump in their sled. It goes fast. Their faces distort. We get a very weird few images of Max unwrapping a piece of gum and putting the piece of gum in his mouth, and it's super weird the way that's all happening.
To show how cool he is, and he's not even bothered by the prospect of certain death, right? And he just drops the wrapper. You notice that? He unwraps it in the wrapper. He just lets it.
It's funny. So they go. It works. They're in the future. They get there. They land in a giant pool of water. I think it's actually the reflection pool on the mall in Washington, D.C.
So too.
Like you can see the Jefferson Memorial right there. But 2 weird things here. One, in the very cut, it's not even the next scene, but the next cut, they're like climbing out of a river onto a shore, which is not the reflection pool, but that's fine. I get it. They're just no budget.
Yeah.
But where'd their vehicle go? Where'd the sled go? Like they're in the sled and then all of a sudden they just splash. They land in the water.
It makes no sense.
Okay.
At all.
And
I'm with you.
Later in the movie, like they push the button to go back to the future and they just literally like walk through the bubbles, but then they show them getting out of a sled.
I know. Maybe I get it. That's where I'm at. Maybe there's like a weird layer of space-time in between.
Like where they park their car?
Like they get dropped off. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I've seen this movie 100 times and I still hate that. Like, what are you doing? This makes no sense. Yeah, it's like a temporal time stop, like train stop. I guess they pull into a station, they get out. There's probably a bunch of portals, around them, and they got to pick which one they're going through.
Yep. All right. Okay. So this is kind of where the movie like. Things have been happening. This is kind of really where we see things get going. Like this is almost like where the plot is finally starting. So it's 1994. Like they went back, oddly enough. I mean, then there's reasons for it, I guess, later. But it's 1994. That's where we started our movie, if you throw out the Civil War scene. They go to this warehouse, and there is a young Senator McComb there, the one from 1994. And he has a business partner. They make computer chips, and his business partner is about to buy him out. McComb is not happy with their production or how it works. His business partner is like, no, this is going to make money if you don't have the vision. Here's some money.
Yeah.
You're out. It's my company now.
Buying your shares back. Essentially, you're out.
Yep. Some other guys from the future show up. It's the older Senator McComb. He stops the transaction. He basically tells himself, you can't do this. This is what's going to make you rich. You need this money. And he stops the transaction. Here's a funny line here. There are some kind of funny lines throughout this movie, but he hits the business partner, knocks him down, and he tells him, never interrupt me when I'm talking to myself. Which I thought was pretty clever. Good. Yeah, that's clever.
And we see him make a big deal about not touching me. He's like, don't touch myself.
Don't touch me. Right.
Yeah.
Because the same matter cannot occupy the same space.
Nope. Even though, what is it, every 7 to 10 years, every atom in your body is essentially replaced. So you're not the same matter anymore.
But also,
it just
the fact that, just because my hand is right here, my other hand is here, none of that matter is in the same space. Like,
right.
This fist takes up this space, this fist takes up this space, and they can push like this, but they are taking up different space. They're not in the same space.
You're not going inside of somebody. This is what I hate about it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
No, I agree.
But it's cool because you get some awesome 90s CG at the end of the movie.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. All right, so Walker interrupts. He and Fielding are there watching all these transactions. He takes McComb's tracker and his return module, keeps those things. Fielding joins in the fight until Max can get downstairs. So now she's there. And then, Fielding changes sides. Turns out she's on McComb's payroll.
She's working for McComb.
Yep. We suspected Gene. We didn't suspect Fielding.
Nope. And I really didn't. Even every time I watch this, I almost forget that she's a traitor.
Yeah.
You like her, though. You like the character.
You really do. So McComb, the old McComb, kills the business partner. It's just easier to kill him now. And now the young one doesn't even have to buy the guy out. He just owns the company outright. There's a big fight. Walker escapes. There's some cool stuff going on here.
There's a couple things in this one. So there's essentially a gunfight between Walker and one of the thugs. the thugs on a platform, and Walker's trying to take cover. And what does he take cover behind? Hundreds of barrels that say highly flammable on them everywhere. And he's like, I will duck behind this. It will protect me.
This will keep me safe.
And it does. It does protect him. And I'm just amazed by that it works. But it's the way he kills this guy too. We get another one-liner. So there's a lot of hydrogen or something, really cold gas. Nitrogen. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. And of course the pipes start busting. This guy gets hit in the arm. His arm, shoulder is completely frozen. And I think Van Damme says, "Have a nice day," and then kicks him.
Have a nice day.
And the guy falls off the, platform and bites it. But have a nice day. That was this one-liner. At least not a good one-liner for him.
No, I think it's part of his delivery, because I think what he was going for here was to have the play on the words, have an ice day and ice.
I didn't even get that because all I hear is to have a nice day. That's all I hear.
I don't think he could get the delivery out very well. So it was terrible.
That's too bad. That would have been a great one-liner. If he could have sold that, I would have been that's fantastic.
I know.
That would put him up there with Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze one-liners.
Right. Yeah. Be cool.
That's right.
Whatever he says. Yeah. I know. I'm with you. Let me see. Where's my notes? So for some reason in this whole fight here, McComb gets his return button. That's all he needs to go back to the future. He doesn't need a fast sled. He just needs a button. He gets it. Yeah. Fielding is like, hey, don't leave me here. He kills her or shoots her anyway. I'm not sure why he feels he needs to. I guess she's a witness.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And then he disappears, goes back to the future. Walker also returns in his sled. He pulls up and the guys are like, oh, it's a good thing you got here. We're just about to take this baby apart.
So they flash the sign in the sled room. I don't know what you call it. And it's McComb. It says McComb Parker Chips or something. So McComb's changed the future now. And this is where there's little teases of this, but this is where it really starts to bother me. You have changed the past. Why on earth would Walker be the only one whose memories aren't changed based on everybody else is completely clueless. Gene doesn't even know who Walker is. You're my best friend. That's the whole shtick through this scene. I don't have many best friends, but you don't seem like the kind of guy that would be my best friend. Everybody's forgotten.
So much emphasis on that.
Weird porn guys in a really nice purple suit with a ponytail. It doesn't look like he's at all. Well, he's probably still into porn, but he's closeted with it, I guess, at this point. Everything changed, but Walker is the only one that remembers.
Well, because he was in the past when it happened.
Right, but but you're still from the future. Your memories would be
so that is that is the weird thing about all this. Basically anybody, they can't stop the past from being changed. How do they ever know when it has been changed?
And it's changed. Don't. It's changed multiple times, and the only person that knows is Walker.
One issue that I had with this is that at one point in here, Walker kicks the young Senator McComb in the face when they're back in 1994.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He kicks him in the face and his face bleeds.
Cuts him real hard, yeah.
Yeah. And we see on the old Senator McComb, we see a scar immediately pop up and grow on his face, which is cool. That gives us some idea about how time travel works.
It's all connected.
Except that whenever Max goes back to the future, he has no memories, even though if time has changed, he should have new memories too, right?
Right.
Even if he has the old ones, he should still have the new ones too.
And that's what I'm saying. He's the only one that's ever in the know.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's a plot device. Right. Yeah. You have to have somebody who understands what's going on and who they're trying to stop, but it's just really weak.
Yep. So the whole next scene, Walker and Gene are arguing, if you're my friend, all this. Walker tells him about Fielding, how she was killed. And he's like, I don't know any Fielding. There's no record of her anywhere.
Yeah. Never heard of her.
No. So they figure out eventually that McComb must be using the original prototype of the time travel thing to do his time travel. Because it is still up and operational. But so again, another issue that I've got with this, and maybe we'll explore this more when we get into the TV series.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If there's only their time travel portal and this prototype, why does it take so much policing? How did the people get back to the Civil War? Who has one of these giant sleds and all this equipment set up in their garage?
Right. The giant concrete blocks just hanging out at the end of the driveway.
Yep. Whoa. You're building this time travel sled. You forgot something. You forgot the giant concrete block that you can smash into if something goes wrong. What's going to stop you?
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
But 100%, because it's the only thing that makes sense is that McComb is the sole person responsible for any crime, and he's committing so much of it.
Every one of them.
That they don't know, and they have to form this commission to manage his antics, and that makes no sense. Time travel has to be more accessible to people, but you can't go to the future because it hasn't been written yet, which means you can't travel from the future to the past because the future hasn't been written until it happens. So they completely remove the future from every play. It makes no sense. I'm with you 100%.
Yep. So Gene and Walker, they finally like, okay, let's send you back in time. Let's get you there. You got to fix this. Gene is doing this all based on the fact that he can't remember who his best friend is. He's like, I can remember who my best friend was in high school. I can remember who my best friend was in college, but I can't remember who it is here. But you don't seem like you'd be the kind of guy that it would be. It's goofy, basically because he can't remember his best friend. They sneak into a launch tomb. They knock out a couple of their own guys. They load Walker into the sled, and they prep everything to send him back in time. Guards come rushing in. They actually mow Gene down in a hail of gunfire. But with his last breath, he's able to punch that button.
He pushes the button. Yeah.
And send Max to the future, or to the past. Sorry.
You know what Walker did that sold Gene? He's like,
I've had your wife's goulash 100 times. Always too much salt.
And Gene was like, damn, you are right. Nobody
are
could
my best friend.
Know that. Yep. That's what sells him. And says, I will take a bullet for you now because you had my wife's goulash.
Believe you. Yep. It'd be funny what if in this alternate universe, Gene's not even married? Who's to say? There's so many ripples.
He's like, whoa. He's like, well, hold on a minute.
Yeah,
like,
stop.
I want a wife who makes goulash, and maybe he does it because he's sad. I don't know.
Goulash. Again, some of their choices.
100 times? Is that the only thing she can make? Ugh.
Apparently.
Gosh.
Okay.
I thought you were going to pull out some goulash. Like, whoa.
I love a good goulash. Just kidding. I don't know what that is. So it's 1994 again. Max hits the future running. Literally, he's on his feet in the middle of the road. There's a semi coming behind him. We have to do a stunt where he, lays down flat and the truck drives over him.
Yeah, this is the worst effect.
Yes,
maybe in the movie because it's obviously a screen. He's not actually, and the way he falls down and he's still got his hands prepped like he's ready to do a push up.
Right.
That semi, like I think it cuts through his elbow. That's how poorly planned it was. Like there's gears underneath the truck that I'm like, I'm pretty sure that clipped him. Yeah. He was fine though. It was no big deal.
Perfectly okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Very funny. Let's see. It's 1994. The reason he's back here, if we didn't mention it, he's trying to find Fielding because she is a witness. She can tell someone about McComb. She's the only other person because no one will believe Max, but they will believe Fielding, who doesn't even exist in the future.
Right.
At least she might exist. She doesn't exist at that agency.
TC has their own judicial system. So
true.
They probably just need one witness to say, yeah, it was McComb for them to be like, yep, it was him. That's all they need.
Yep. So there's some interesting future work here, we'll call it. He hooks up a device to a payphone. It's kind of like he's accessing the internet basically, and he does a Google search and searches up, and he finds a Jane Doe at the hospital suffering from a gunshot wound. He figures out that's probably her. So he goes to the hospital. He's going to find her. As I don't know if this next little clip was necessary, but we don't even see him, but we see someone walking out of the hospital. It's his wife, Melissa, who died way back at the beginning of the movie. We just see her. She walks out, she gets in a car and drives away. The things that are going to happen in the next few scenes tell us that she is what's going on here. I don't know why we need to see her unless it was just a reminder that she was a person, that she was in this movie.
It was to tell us the news that nobody could guess.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody could guess what the news was.
Well, that news, that I'm sure, that I understand. But why did they need her why did they need that scene of her walking?
Probably just a precursor to let you know that this is the timeline they're in now.
Yeah. It's back in 94. She was still alive at this time.
Right. Leaving the hospital. So, they're on that same day.
It's just a little disjointed. Not as jarring as, VR porn. But still a little weird edit there. The cut was kind of weird. So he goes to see Fielding. He talks to her a little, and the way that he's gonna prove that she exists is to get her blood sample. That doesn't prove anything about McComb, But he's going to go get her blood sample, prove that she exists. So he goes, while he's in there, he finds his wife's blood sample and learns that she is pregnant. This changes everything for Max. Yeah, I know.
I had no idea. Until that scene, I was like, that's the news?
No idea.
My gosh.
Yes.
Yep. I thought she got Jean's wife's goulash recipe, and that was going to be the big news.
I don't want you to go into work tonight, Max. I want to tell you about this goulash I'm making.
Right.
Yeah.
So much salt.
Right. I don't know if I agree with that. Right. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen a movie where a wife has something that she wants to tell her husband, and it's that she's pregnant. I can't imagine that ever happening in a movie.
No,
but it's what happens here.
Timecop broke the mold.
That's right. They pioneered that. They did.
Yeah. That's just amazing.
Yeah. So he's been very adamant throughout this movie that you cannot go back and change the past. And that's why he has never gone back to change, or you should not anyway. And that's why he has never gone back to do anything like to fix his wife being killed. It's just not right. You can't do it. But I think this kind of breaks him and changes him. But so he goes back to Fielding. He's kind of excited now, I think. He walks in, he's like, hey, guess what? She's dead. Someone was in there and they killed her. And we see a couple of those large jackbooted thugs out in the hallway.
Same ones from the beginning at the mall.
Same ones from the beginning at the mall. Yep. And, now we're in the same time frame, 1994. Yep. So we're kind of seeing how this is starting to come together here.
Yeah.
So
it's the start of the official paradox.
Yes.
All of this runs in a loop, right?
It does.
So.
I don't understand the loop. I will just say it makes even less sense to me having seen the whole movie than just seeing the beginning. Someone is called security, though, so Max can't just chase these guys down. He's running from security as well. He jumps out a window because that makes sense.
Doesn't even know what's on the other side. He's just like,
no idea. I'm going out this window. Yeah. Oh, no, it's traffic. It's not. He jumps out, grabs onto something, lucky for him.
Yeah.
So what does he do? He goes to the mall, right? We're back at the beginning of the movie now. He goes to the mall where he originally found his wife. He finds her there again, this time in the same place. I guess she was standing at that window looking at that jewelry for like 15 minutes waiting for him, because the 1994 version of him is still coming at the same time as he did before. Yep. But he's there. He's going to find her. He stops the same purse snatcher that he stopped earlier.
Yep. This is for what you're about to do, which at that point is just assault.
Right.
Because the guy didn't do anything wrong yet. You just assaulted this guy.
I think part of it, we're seeing like his change in attitude over the 10 years. Like he's become a harder, more callous person. In the first one, he did, an upward roundhouse kick. He just basically put his foot in the guy's face. He didn't contact him.
Read what it says. Wolverine?
Right. Yeah.
Read between the lines.
Yeah. I'm going to get out of here. Yeah. So he, he stops in this time. I think he actually does hit him. He assaults him basically.
Yeah. Pushes him into a giant stand of product placement. Ruffles potato chips.
Right. Yeah. You got to watch out for that product placement. It's all over the place in some of these things. Everywhere. You got to be very careful.
Right. Wolverine boots, the very beginning, Ruffles chips.
Yep. So he gets there. He's talking to his wife. He sees the thugs from the hospital. So he and his wife hide. He tells her about the future, that he's from the future.
Tells her everything.
Yeah, tells her everything and tells her not to tell the 1994 version of him. He can't know. It's their secret. She keeps asking things like in the few scenes of them together. She's like, are we still together in the future? And he's like, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Totes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Am I dead?
Right. She even asked, am I dead?
No.
Yeah. He's like, no, babe. You are so alive. You are so alive. Yeah. He's just, his emotional range, again, limited.
Yeah, it's not
very
there.
limited. Yeah, so we cut away from the mall. And we do see 1994 version of him. They're briefly on scene, screen together at the same time. And then he goes over to talk to his wife. They have the same conversation that they had at the beginning of the movie. We cut away to, the Capitol building or wherever senators work. I don't know. I don't know law stuff or politics. But we see the 1994 version of Senator McComb. He gets a message and then he acts like a jerk to his secretary. And then we cut away from that scene.
Yeah, tells her, cancel all my appointments. She's like, he's got to be somewhere all of a sudden, suddenly.
Yeah. Yep.
So
very
cancel
important.
all my appointments. Clear my schedule.
Yep. He asked her if she's ever seen the inside of the presidential limo.
Jerk.
And she's like, no. Yeah. And he said, well, stick around. I'll send you a picture.
I know, yeah. Of the presidential limo, that's what you're aspiring to, not Air Force One. Like, that's it. Just the inside of the limo is what's cool.
Yeah.
Like a little kid who's about ready to get his fundraiser winnings and he gets that limo ride to get pizza.
Yeah. I'm riding in a limo. All right. So we're back to 1994 Walker and Melissa. Now they're back at their house. It's after the sexy time. We don't get to watch it again. No complaints. I don't need to see those glutes again. Thank you. He gets the phone call that's going to take him out of the house. She goes downstairs where 2004 Walker. That's how I'm going to differentiate them at this point. There's really got to keep them separate. Or past Walker and future Walker.
Mullet Walker and Walker.
Yeah,
Walker's in the future.
Mullet and crew cut.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. So Mullet is standing downstairs, dripping wet from the rain, in the house, and they chat, and he tells her, you cannot let him leave. Don't let him leave. Like, it's very important. He has to stay here. So the bad guys from the future show up, and future Max fights them this time. And then we get this big, dark house fight. They're all over the house fighting.
It's terrible. It's so dark. I had even turned the lights off to watch it, and you still can hardly tell.
You can barely
what's
tell
going on.
Yeah. They even fight on top of the house, and
pouring rain.
They're in like this creepy dungeon that's in the attic, like with all kinds of weird stuff hanging on the walls.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on in this house of horrors. It almost doesn't matter. None of it relates to their fight scene or anything that's going on. It doesn't matter.
No, there's some tense moments where they're falling off the roof, and crew cut is hanging onto the gutter, and the guy's standing over him, and wife gets a gun and just blows the guy away through the roof.
Yeah,
it's a pretty cool scene. But
it is. Yeah, there's definitely some neat things in this whole fight scene.
Sure, but it's the weakest action scene in the movie.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
it just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
there's a lot of issues with it. Crew cut falls off the house, and it's like a 5 or 6 story house, so he's dead. He dies in the past. He's gone.
Yeah, this is after he pulled himself up off the gutter and was going to make it, and he climbs up. I can't figure out why both of them just keep climbing up to the top of this ginormous house. She does it and slides down. He does it and gets shot and falls off the entire roof.
Right.
Like, why is up your escape plan?
0 cents. 0 cents.
Weird.
Yep. So he's gone. Mullet fights his way through the house, and he finds 2004 Macomb holding his wife prisoner.
Yep.
And
with C4. He
he's
hides
got
C4
a bomb.
Before that. He's got a huge bomb that's going to blow this house to smithereens, and he puts it in a closet.
Yep. And he is more than willing, because his younger self is not there, he is more than willing to blow it up and blow up with it.
Yeah.
Because they've made changes to the timeline, so he won't even be there. It doesn't matter. The young one will go on and live a whole new life and a whole new timeline, especially if Max dies here.
It's actually a brilliant plan to fix all the issues that you've caused.
Yes. Kill everybody.
Who cares? Yeah. Because you'll be fine.
Yeah. Although he does realize at this point, like, one of the guys is like, yeah, I shot him off the building. He's dead. And Macomb is like, he's not dead, you idiot. Or this guy wouldn't be standing right here.
Yeah. Yep. He's right here.
We learn that crew cut Max is still alive. So, and at one point in this whole sequence here, Mullet gets way too close to crew cut. Like, there's a guy holding crew cut. Mullet puts his hand on that guy's shoulder, which is like an inch from the other guy's head.
Yeah,
way too close.
I was like, oh, this is not going to go well.
Yeah.
Is what you
Does
think.
He know the rule? Does he know he's not supposed to touch himself?
Well, and it's what's super weird is all these future bad guys should know the same rule, right? And instead of pushing him into him, he pushes him to the side and then attacks Mullet Walker. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just shove them into each other and problem solved?
There's just this, like you said, this whole there is some real weakness in here. Like, at one point, crew cut is standing outside the house, pointing a gun through the window. One of the big bad guys is holding somebody in the way, and then Walker kind of puts his gun down a little, and he's looking like, what do I do? And then the guy throws the person that he was holding out of the way and runs and dives through the window. Why didn't
that was the Walker scene? That was crew cut Walker.
Right.
Yeah. None of that scene made sense.
We're
both confused.
Sense. Yes. It's awful. So they're all talking now in this upstairs bedroom of the house, and they're all getting ready to blow up here shortly. But then we have a new visitor. It's the young Senator Macomb from 1994. He's there, and he cannot be killed. I mean, he should be, but the future Macomb can't kill him. He can't die, because then the future will not exist. It will be completely wiped out. And so Max does the only thing he can possibly do. He's the one that finally uses what he should be doing, and he pushes the younger Macomb into the elder Macomb.
Yeah,
and that's when we finally learn what happens when matter is in the same place. Yeah,
you turn into a pile of goo, dissolving goo.
Yep. It looked
like terrible CG.
It kind of reminded me of something out of Men in Black. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like it reminded me of a scene from Men in Black. Just like the color of the pinkish goo with some reddish splotches in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you just turn into like a gelatinous meat sack and you just kind of melt. That's what happens. You just kind of melt into the ground. And it's what really
gelatinous meat sack.
You like that?
Yeah.
And it just disappears. It doesn't stay as a puddle on the floor. It just evaporates. It's just gone.
It's gone.
It's weird.
Gonzo.
And I like that he gives his wife a little countdown. He's like, I'm going to make a move. And they zoom in on his hand and he does 3, 2, 1. She elbows McComb.
Yep.
You know, like, all right.
And he shoves him in. Yep. I liked it. Good signaling.
Yeah.
It would have been maybe better if they showed them at some point earlier in the movie working out that top secret code. You know, so she would know to look at his crotch where he's holding his hand and making that signal.
Maybe she's just always looking at his crotch and he knows. He's like, hey, this will work.
Probably. You're right. So the bomb is still getting ready to go off, though. So Max grabs Melissa, runs down 5 flights of stairs, gets outside just as the bomb goes off. The house explodes again into a bazillion shards of toothpicks. He sees Crew Cut laying there unconscious on the ground. He lays Melissa down beside him, and then he's heading back to the future. Back to the future.
Yep. Where we get another fun little timeline moment.
I'm going to be using a clip of Doc Brown through this entire season of this show saying, back to the future. Like repeatedly. Every time.
And we see somebody go back.
Right. Things seem to be pretty well back to normal. Gene is alive. He's not dead. He sees Fielding. She's alive. She doesn't know him, though, which is funny to me. I mean, you would think in this organization, everyone who worked there would probably know each other to some degree.
She acted like she'd never even seen him before.
Yeah.
He walks by and says something to her, and she's like, do I know you?
Do I even know you? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So he heads home. He gets in his future car. He tells it, hey, I want to go home.
Same scene that they used at the beginning when he's going home, by the way.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go home? And then he rubs the bridge of his nose. And yeah, it's the exact same cut.
Awesome. So he gets there and he pulls up, and it's the house that blew up into all those splinters.
Amazing.
They rebuilt it identically, shingle for shingle, board for board.
Yep.
It's incredible. So he gets there. The door opens. He's got a son, and his wife is alive, and the house is alive. Everybody's alive. It's awesome.
And he's clueless. He's like, my son, my child, my wife. Oh my gosh. Like he's just so amazed by it.
So he's lost 10 years of memories, basically.
But that doesn't. So what happened to the walker that was there for those 10 years?
I don't know.
What?
I mean, it's him, apparently.
Did he kill him somehow? I don't know. Like, did he show up in this timeline and be like, okay, now we've got a problem because there's a walker that's been a father and a husband, but I want to take his place. That's like a whole nother side of this movie we didn't see.
I know. I don't know, bro.
So weird.
I do not know.
What he did to him. And he has no memories of it because, again, he's never impacted by changes in the timeline.
Yeah.
You would think that it would have been like a really cool scene to have him like snap back and all these memories of his child and his wife over the last 10 years flood into his head. And he's like, oh my gosh, like, that's great. Nope. He's just shocked. Like, hey, what's your name, kid? Is what I feel like he's going to say next.
Yeah.
You don't know this
Who
kid.
are you?
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
I don't know. The time travel is so bad in this one.
Yeah, it's rough. It is rough. So that's where the movie ends. It's over.
Yeah.
We made it through another viewing of Timecop. And I don't know what to think, honestly, of this thing. You've seen this movie 100 times. You apparently love this movie. Tell me your thoughts. What do you think?
I love it because I grew up watching JCVD. He was my martial arts guy. That's who I watched. But this movie has so many problems. But I don't think you're watching it for the problems, right?
No, right.
You're watching it for the action. It's definitely not for the story because that's really loose.
Yeah, it's rough.
But I really enjoy it. On the time travel side, it's just full of gaping holes. Like time travel was just a plot device that they did not care about. We're going to have a time sled, but we only see it in the rocket room when they leave and come back. But we're not going to tell you what happens to it in between. What a weird device to use.
Yeah.
Like, what do you need that for then?
Right.
It was the 90s. It had to be big. It had to be cool. You had to have speed and, a spectacle.
Yeah.
So,
all about the spectacle.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? You've only seen it twice now.
I have seen it twice. I'm still conflicted. I think, I love the possibilities. That's what I love about time travel. Time travel is full of possibilities. And anything can happen. And we can journey to any era and see anything, And that's what I love about time travel. And this movie did have a small amount of that. a very small amount. I mean, we saw about 2 minutes in 1863, and we saw 5 or 10 minutes in 1929, and then everything else happened in 1994, which was when the movie came out, or in a slightly different 2004, which came after it. Not that different.
Super
or
weird
wildly
imagining.
different.
Thinking of what 2004 would be like.
Right. And really, with time travel, I'm more interested in like either, a unique era from the past, like the Civil War or 1929. Sure. Those are fine eras. I'm happy with that. I'm glad we got those. Even the Civil War scene, which doesn't really fit, and it's probably not even necessary. It was cool to see.
Yeah. And I think that's why they did it.
Yeah.
This is cool.
I get it. I like that.
Yeah.
But, or if they're going to the future, I don't want it to be 10 years in the future or, like the next day. That's kind of boring. Let's go like, 50 years in the future. Or
something drastic.
Let's see something wildly different. So this really, it didn't give us those possibilities. I'm hoping, and I suspect that with the TV show, we are going to visit some other eras, which is very exciting to me.
Yeah. Yeah. You've never seen the show, right? I didn't even know.
I have started
it was a
one
TV
episode.
show.
Me either.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was even a TV show until you mentioned it, until you brought it up. So I missed it somehow, which if I would have known back in 97 it was a show, I would have been watching it. I was watching Timecop then, So
you could have maybe saved that show.
But just me alone.
You alone. Well, and all your friends you would have talked into watching it with you.
It's true.
Both of them.
Right. Yeah. Both of my friends. Yeah. And the imaginary one too. Would have been great.
Shoot.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect from the show. But I hope that they handle time travel. I hope they clean up a lot of the issues here because that's going to be a real problem if you don't even. I just want them to put some effort into it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Back to the Future isn't perfect.
Yeah.
But they try.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close. Yeah.
Right. It's hard to nitpick.
Yeah.
But I just want them to put some effort in it. If I see a time sled in the show, I'm actually going to be upset.
I'm guessing they don't have the budget for that.
I don't know. They'll probably just use cuts from the movie.
Oh man, you're right.
So
right down to the Vollmer twins up on the concrete block.
Yeah. I do hope we get a Vollmer twins callback in the show. That'd be cool.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. The show does have small amounts of reference to the movie. Obviously they both have the TEC. The character of Gene Matuzik, is in the movie and the TV show. It's played by someone different. That's okay.
Sure.
But it doesn't feature Walker or Fielding. Like it's all different people. So yeah, I'm interested. I'm very eager to see what they do with it. Like it has a great premise. Can they improve on it for the TV show? We'll see.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got anything else we need to cover today?
I think that's it. We got through the whole movie.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting flick. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Everybody, listeners, hopefully you stopped and you went and watched it so you could understand what we're talking about and all the problems we have. If not, just enjoy it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't want it to sound like I made fun of
movie.
a lot of things about this movie, but it's exciting. And as long as you don't think about it too much, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's the rewatches that will get you because those problems will stick out more and more every time you watch it. Yeah. And that's what gets me.
They sure did. Yep. If you're just sitting down to enjoy it, turn your brain off.
It's good. It is worth
fun.
it.
It is a fun movie.
Yeah.
Some cool action scenes, some almost witty banter. It's good.
It might be witty. We just can't tell because of the delivery. I mean, if we read the script, if we were reading the script, we might be like, this script is amazing.
Yeah, right.
Like, how is this movie not as good as this script? Might be what it is.
We got to get Tom Cruise in here to play this part. We can't get Tom Cruise. Let's get Jean-Claude Van Damme. I don't think we're thinking of the same movie anymore.
No.
Yeah.
It's a different movie now.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, this has been a lot of fun. Oh, hey, do we have a description for what we're talking about next week? It's episode 1 of Timecop.
Well, this is the shortest description ever. And our next episode will be starting officially season 1 of Timecop. Episode 1 called A Rip in Time, which aired Monday, September 22nd, 1997. Jack Logan, this is our new Max Walker. Jack Logan travels to 1888 London in pursuit of a homicidal genius who has taken the place of Jack the Ripper.
Ooh, I get it. A rip in time. Nice.
Yeah.
So the only way they could make the name Max Walker even more generic was to call him Jack Logan. Wow. Okay.
It fits the 90s theme.
It does. I mean, it's such a 90s name. Such a 90s name. And, not that I'm like, my name is Rob Brooks. You can't even Google me because there are about 10 billion of me here in America alone. It is one of the most common names. So it's no judgment on, generic names. That is what it is. But I mean, come on, for TV, you should be picking something a little more unique, a little exciting.
It stands out.
Something that stands out. I mean, I'm never going to remember his name. I bet by the time we get to the end of the season, I'm going to be like, and our main guy here, what's his name again? I'm not going to remember his name.
Yeah, main guy.
Can I just call him John Danziger? I'm going to call him Danziger.
There we go. Yeah.
Because he's the other main guy that I know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey.
Yeah.
This has been a long episode, everybody, and we appreciate you being here and listening. We got through this whole movie, and we probably took... The movie is an hour and 37 minutes. So at this point, we are under the length of the movie. So I'm proud of us for that. We made it through quicker than the actual movie.
Yeah, we picked on the time travel a lot, though. It's frustrating when you get to sit down and talk about it and you get to point out all the holes. It's hilariously bad.
It is. It is. So many things. You definitely pointed out a few things I hadn't thought of before, and it is...
Yeah, it's
just makes you
time
laugh.
Sleds, man. Time sleds.
Goofy. Just goofy.
Do you think in Christmas Vacation, Clark was going fast enough to go back in time on his sled? I feel like that's the same thing, right?
I feel like he probably was. I mean, I don't know how fast you got to go, but there were sparks coming out of the back, and just like the jets coming out of the back of this thing.
Yeah, in Christmas Vacation portrayed speed better because it looked like Clark was going way faster down the hill than they were in their time sled.
But yeah, the time
sled did not look like it's going that fast.
No.
Yeah.
It looks like there's like 4 guys up front holding onto ropes, and they're like,
run, go, 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 go.
Go, 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 go. Yeah, it's goofy, but Clark was actually flying in Christmas Vacation. Or that's how it looked anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
So, yeah, I imagine, I don't know, maybe there's this whole other universe where he actually time traveled at that point in the movie, and everything from that point on is how everything like just fell apart for him for Christmas. Maybe in the timeline, if he hadn't time traveled, he had a great Christmas.
Yeah, maybe he actually got the bonus the first time around.
Yeah, man,
that'd be hilarious. I'd love to see an alternate timeline.
It probably wouldn't be funny. It'd be boring because everything goes right. You know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
No one wants to see that. It's only funny when things go wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Hey.
All right.
It's been a long time. We're rambling now. Thank you for all listening to episode 1 of season 3 of Broadcast Obituaries. Thanks for coming back. I have been your host, Rob.
I'm your other host, Aaron, and we'll catch you next time.
I just want to point out, last time we recorded, you kind of made fun of me because I was drinking my Yoo-Hoos out of a can. So I just want to let you know, I did get bottled Yoo-Hoo. I made the upgrade. And I got to tell you, it is so much better drinking this out of a bottle than out of a can.
Look, I was not making fun of somebody in a lesser position than I, but no Yoo-Hoo would touch my lips if it wasn't in a glass bottle.
Yeah.
So...
I'm with you now. I won't buy those again.
Yeah, it's a different experience. It is. It's really completely different. And it's not even chocolate. I don't know what it is in there.
No.
Don't even look at the ingredients. Just enjoy it.
It's like chocolate. It's chocolate-like.
Yeah.
And it's good.
It is good. It is delicious.
This is my official snack of the podcaster. My Yoo-Hoo with my Twizzler nibs. I'm all set. I got my nibs and my drink. I'm good to go.
So Pepsi was on sale. I'm a Diet Pepsi guy. And so we bought some Pepsi Zero Sugar. We thought we were getting wild cherry, but it's wild cherry and cream. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, kind of. There it is.
So that's what I'm drinking today. Absolutely delicious. I was shocked. I opened it up to drink one, and I was like, this is not wild cherry Pepsi. But it was really good. So
nice. Interesting.
Really enjoying that. Yeah.
Do you remember the Yoo-Hoo commercials where they would snap the lid? Like he would snap his hand?
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do that since I popped this open earlier. But
can you do it? Because they flip the lid, right? It's like you snap and the lid flies.
You snap it like snapping a penny, but you do it like sideways, like you hold it like that and do it. I can't do it. Also, I think these lids are bigger than they used to be back in the 90s, or my hands got smaller. I'm not sure. One or the other.
I hope your hands didn't get smaller. That'd be weird.
I hope not too. That would be very awkward. I would imagine that it must be unlimited power that corrupts everybody.
It does.
That's my Emperor Palpatine impression.
Yeah, it was great. It was really good. Your face is less wrinkly, though.
Not by much. It's not much less wrinkly, I'm going to tell you. The years are catching up rapidly.